Hi. Hey, my name's Naomi from Impronat Youth Voice, and today in the studio we have Nattalie, who has decided to be off camera due to privacy and being underage, but we'll still get to know who she is, a bit of her personality, and her views on social media and issues at school. How you doing, Nattalie?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what your age is, and where you're from.
Well, my name's Nattalie, obviously, and I'm 15, and I'm going into year 10 at the start of 2025.
Okay.
And I'm from Victoria.
Beautiful. What social media platforms do you use the most and why?
I personally reckon it's probably Snapchat because that's how I usually communicate with friends and cousins and
over text messages?
Yeah, like through little vlogs that we give each other.
Oh, so like through video?
Yeah, like through video, like and messaging and
yeah,
not including messages and calling.
Okay, can you call through the Snapchat app?
You can,
like on Instagram.
Yeah, you can call through the Snapchat app and like either call or FaceTime, but
you tend just to text and send photos and videos.
Yeah, I tend to just do that. But if I was to call them, it would probably be people that I'm closer to, and I would most likely have their messages and contact.
How do you decide what to post on your social media, and also what platforms do you have?
Well, I have TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, and those and Be Real, but I probably really use TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram the most. I tend to not post a lot or not very often, mainly because I just personally use it more for like looking at my For You page. I will agree, I'm probably looking at my For You page a little too long.
For us oldies, what is a For You page? Because I have seen that hashtag. What is it?
Okay, so like on TikTok, if you look through your For You page, it will just be videos that you will suit your liking, like and like Instagram, your For You page, like scroll down so you can see your friends on there and your like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But what I tend to post is I usually post like birthdays or whatever, like say happy birthday somebody,
like a shout out.
Yeah, but I would only do that. My friends tend to do for my birthday, they'll tend to do it with photos, but I don't really love the photos, so I tend to I send a little message like, oh hey, these are some photos I was thinking of posting, is these okay? Like,
okay, so you ask for permission
before I post those photos,
and vice versa with your friends.
Well, I hope they do that for me, but like my best friends, I tend to not do that, which is kind of annoying, but this would see another side of me on that side of the camera.
Are you more humorous behind the camera?
I definitely
behind the camera, in front of the camera.
Yeah, I definitely reckon with just like my best friends, I would definitely be very much more humorous and goofy,
weird,
yeah, not
having fun.
Yeah, not hoping they'll send it to anybody, but
cool. And how do you think social media impacts mental health for teenagers?
Well, social media definitely impacts the mental health with people, especially teenagers, because of the way they see things, like influencers possibly like posting how they're doing and they're having like the best time of their life right now, and you don't really experience that much, like for teenagers, like especially like body image for girls, not as well as boys, but I know girls, like they definitely talk about their body image and how influencers have it, and then other girls posting like their same age and like, oh, they're so pretty, or they're gosh, they
so
look
it's
so
like
good.
The comparison.
Yeah, it's very much comparison. Like it's the mental health that will definitely impact. Like it impacts like how you think about yourself.
Yes, and it's so crazy. I've hosted body image workshops for tweens, and so clueless, but I didn't realize how much airbrush and filtering happens on social media. Like, it's so nuanced, you can't even tell until like I've seen proper before and after photos. So that being said, it's like you can't really trust what is real or not in regards to like how it's perceived. It's actually quite dramatic with how much people use airbrush. Sometimes I can't even tell, to be honest. But it is quite face tuning. I think that's what it's called. If you've heard of face tune. Yeah. Moving on to the next question. Do you think social media is a good source for news?
Well, social media is definitely, like, news gets around, and I definitely reckon it is quite good for news as well, because you can get, like, some thing happening during, like, maybe there was a shooting near where you were, or like a stabbing.
People post it straight away.
They would post, like, but you'd mainly really hear it about off the news, but it's also, like, I know some people that when they're looking, they might post something about and, like, show their support for this person, that something's happened to them, and it's, like, it's very much, like, it's good use.
Or they might have a different opinion to what's on the news from their personal experience in that situation.
Yeah, it's very much, they will show how they feel about it, and news can be good. So posting news on social media can be good, but there's sometimes where your opinion does not really impact, but you can still state it. But.
Yeah, and everyone's opinion is important, whether you agree with it or not. It's important to speak your truth. What do you want adults to understand about teenagers and social media?
I definitely feel as though I want adults to understand when, like, us girls or boys and teenagers all together have, like, body image, they feel very insecure, and the parents are like, oh, it's all because of social media. The adults like, oh, you should get off that. It's just because of that. But it's not just because of social media. Like, social media has benefits, and I definitely can contact, like, friends and all that sort of stuff. But with teens and body image and all how they feel, like, mental stuff, it's very much, it's not because of social media. It's social media can be an impact, but as well as just going out into normal day of life, it's very much.
Okay, cool. What are some positives and negatives of being so connected online?
Positives are definitely, like, connected with your friends. Like, I have a friend that, since I live in Victoria, my friend lives in Queensland. She recently moved, so it was very much a big move for her, and I wanted to feel as connected as possible because I wouldn't get to see her as often as I used to, and I want
throughout the day that I'm not smart enough. But then it's like you got to find your strengths and not focus on other people's success. Let that inspire you and encourage you to level up 100%. But you definitely will find your strengths and like utilize that to great power and great use in whatever that may be.
Yeah, because definitely with the exams we had people thinking when they were getting 50s, they were like, oh my gosh, I passed. But then when they got like a 59 and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like I passed, but I could have done better as well. But when you get like a 60, you're like, it's just 1 point difference. You're just like, oh my gosh, I definitely did like better than I expected. But like a 59 and a 60 is definitely, there's just something different there that just makes it.
Okay.
The point difference just makes it such.
Do you have a favourite subject at school that brings you a lot of joy and also that you're great at too?
Well, I definitely really like sport and I feel as though I'm quite good at sport and the health side of it as well.
Awesome.
Yes. But I definitely I enjoy doing maths. Like I quite enjoy it. But
okay.
I'm good throughout the year, but it gets to the exams. My maths teacher was telling me that she was great at the maths during like the tests, but then when it got to the exam, she just like not zoned out, but just wondered where it all went because she hadn't done it in ages, and then she just not failed the exam but didn't get a great score on the exam, so then it brought down her whole mark.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone struggling with body dissatisfaction?
I would just give you, like, nobody's perfect and you're always going to just try and be healthy and fit. That's all you want to be. You don't have to be the skinniest or the prettiest. It's just very much you got to try and be healthy. And when you're healthy, you'll feel your best and just get enough sleep. That's probably...
Yes, we do love rest and that our body does serve a purpose. Like, isn't it incredible that we can walk to the door and travel around the world? Like, our legs are so strong and, like, rooted to the earth. And, like, us women, we can produce life in our stomach. Like, that's a superpower. Like, when you think about it.
It is.
Isn't that and to be able to see as well. Like we're pretty blessed.
Just be blessed with just be grateful with all the things you're blessed with.
Absolutely. All right. Do you think teens are educated enough about the risks of substance use?
I definitely think some teens are educated enough, but others tend to be like they might take these risks or they might.
So would you say at your school, the education system is very good in regards to teaching?
At my school, I definitely reckon the education is definitely with teaching about substance use is definitely at the standard level. Like we should know.
Do you think it could be better or it's enough?
I reckon it could be better, but with like some things like it's definitely also the teachers, because I had one teacher and I was talking with him about the like asking questions and he was telling me, but then I got to the test because my actual teacher, he was a sub and my actual teacher wasn't there, so when I got to the test I was like doing it, but then all of a sudden it was like, and then I got the test back and I'm like, oh, I got it wrong, but I asked the teacher and the teacher's like, oh no, that's the right one. I'm like, okay, so there's like definitely the difference, like maybe even the teachers need to be educated a bit more because
Do you feel prepared to choose a career path, and what kind of guidance would help?
Well, I feel I want to be a midwife and I would
no way.
Yeah, I would like to.
And we're just talking about like pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah. I also know like somebody who is a midwife, so like I've had a bit of guidance with her, but I've also had for school, at my school got like we all did this test and they said, okay, this is your personality and like your strong suits, like could be a job that you'll do great at, whatever.
Big job, yeah.
And like when it came up, I was like trying to look for like dream job, whatever, and it came up, but it was like it was a good level as well. But then we had somebody come in talk about like, oh, what's your dream job, and this is how this would benefit, like how your personality quiz and all that would benefit your dream job as well, like your strong suits and all that stuff would work out for this. So we had that person come in, she showed me all like university as I could go to. It was quite good actually.
Awesome. And speaking of strengths, what are some of your strengths, like in regards to qualities and traits?
Okay. Well,
you seem like a very hard worker. Like you're not the type of person that would give up easily. So like very good perseverance, would you say?
Yeah.
Or resilience?
Yeah, resilience, definitely.
Resilience.
Yeah, probably like definitely kindness, like is one of them as well.
Yeah.
But like honesty and all those, we had a chat. We've done multiple personality quizzes and they'll come up with like the same things, but now it's gone straight off my head.
Oh, all good. Okay, so how can schools better address bullying and support victims?
Well, I definitely reckon the schools, when they take stance like right away, I feel as though it's definitely harder for the victims as well, because they're getting not pressured, but then they're getting targeted by other people who trying to take this person not down, but trying to get this person to stop whatever. They definitely get with schools going straight away. Like I feel as though they need to go straight away, but they need to like hang back as well. They can't do it all at once, because if they do it all at once, then this victim definitely, not a victim, but this person that's being bullied is definitely going to be targeted by more people, not just this one person for trying to take this.
So are you saying schooling should take action straight away? Is that?
I feel, sorry, that was a lot to say. I feel as though schools should take action, but not all of it straight away.
Oh, so not straight away. Okay, sorry.
Straight away, but not all of it. Like not get them suspended or something at that very second. Like
yes,
like talk to them about it and then ask them to stop before they do anything else. Like
and so give them like a warning.
Like give them more so a warning, but I definitely, but to make sure I feel as though the student shouldn't be the one that brings it up as well. It should be like the teachers are seeing this happen or something. Very much shouldn't be the student trying to tell them about it, because then they will also get targeted by other people for telling the dobbing on this person.
Yeah, okay, got you. Should there be more opportunities for teenagers to volunteer or participate in community projects?
Yeah, there definitely should be more opportunities than we have for teenagers to work with in the community to like help out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I understand like how some kids have like lots of other curricular activities, but it's definitely like we definitely need to help out. Like us teenagers need to help out a lot more in our community and make everybody else feel happy and to be there and
to serve more of a purpose.
Have more of a purpose. But yeah, just that.
Beautiful. And it's also a really great way to connect and make new friends and come together as one. Do you think exams are the best way to measure knowledge? Oh, interesting after everything we've spoken about and like the pressures.
Yeah. Exams, I would say, are not the best way to measure knowledge, because it's also you might learn something at the very start of the year, and then when it gets to exams in the middle of the year, you forgot like some of that stuff. But and then they're asking like, "Oh, what's this about?" And you're like, "Okay, like I didn't quite remember that because we didn't talk about it very much." And it's very much like I would say exams aren't the best way to show how much this person knows. So it's just more of a memory thing, possibly. Like some people might have a great memory and they'll just get such a good mark for just remembering that one important detail.
Yeah.
And it's a way to measure knowledge, but it wouldn't be the best way. Cause
Do you have any ideas of what you think may be a better way to test someone's knowledge?
Like I definitely like the tests that are after. I would prefer that instead of exams, I would definitely prefer like having a test right after or an assignment after your like topic that you've learned.
Yeah. Like just fresh off the bat.
Yeah, because it's definitely harder to do that when you haven't learnt it for 4 months.
Okay. And who is a teacher you really look up to? Maybe we'll give that teacher an alias name.
Okay.
But maybe you can mention the subject that they teach.
Yes. Well, I had this teacher. We'll call her Miss Donnelly.
Yeah, right, Miss Donnelly.
Miss Donnelly, she teaches history and humanities, and she was my homeroom teacher. So she was very much somebody I could talk to, and this year as well, she was very much I could talk to. If I needed help, she would always be there. And she was just really nice to everybody. And my friends are saying I was one of her favourites, but I feel as though it was just because I could have a conversation with her about anything practically. And she had so much to tell me and had so much she had a very good opinion about that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Donnelly, represent. What do you think about influencers and their impact on teenagers?
Well, influencers definitely have a big impact on teenagers with the way they see themselves, as though like you said, like people have like the brush filter or whatever.
Yeah. I can't speak for every influencer, but that's just literally social media in general, whether you're an influencer or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely like it's not people like look at the influencers, like some influencers, not all.
Yeah.
But they'll look at them and think, gosh, they look like that. Like, why don't I look like that? Or something like that. It's very much they can impact. But some are very much, was it how they influence?
Yeah.
It's very much some can just influence you in a better way, like perceiving.
Do you have any influencers or well-known people on social media, I guess that's the same thing in a way, that you look up to or have made a positive impact in your life, even if they just do comedy sketches and that just makes you laugh and feel good?
I definitely really like Selena Gomez as what she's
Oh,
been.
I love Selena.
Yeah, like what she's been through and how she's like gone with that. She's
very open and honest and transparent.
And she doesn't really hide it, and she doesn't. It's just very much she will help. She has a whole makeup brand, and it's all about like mental health. Like all of her blushes, yes, about like the emotions, like happy embrace, like all those. It's very nice. And
I love that. I didn't know that. That's cool. Lastly, do you have a favorite animal?
Well, I have 2 favorite animals.
Ooh.
Definitely a dog and a penguin.
A penguin?
Yes.
Have you seen a penguin in real life?
Yes, I have seen them in real life. But
they're quite amazing.
They are. Mainly at the zoo, though. For some reason, I've had this thing about penguins ever since I was young.
Did you watch Surf's Up?
I did watch Surf's
Up. How good is that film?
I loved Happy Feet as well.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Coming along, and I hope you get to meet some penguins out in the Antarctic when you grow older.
I hope that too.
I just see like this big thumb.